last clip, and then we're going to wrap up. So, this was, you're going to love this. So, we got to do a big finance clip at the end. So, the Shark Tank guy, Kevin O'Leary?
Kevin O'Leary, yeah. Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, he's the bald guy.
Not.
Yeah. He's the bald guy. He's a total fucking idiot. And he went on CNN, and we're gonna watch this because they were asking him about Donald Trump just getting tagged with a $355 million penalty for the fraud case. And Kevin gives an answer that I would not have seen coming. Certainly not the answer I'd have given, but we're going to watch it real quick because it's bad.
And of O'Leary Ventures, Shark Tank judge Kevin O'Leary. Kevin, so good to see you this evening. I mean, let me just jump right in here. Last time you and I spoke about the possibility of what the fine could be in this case, we now know what it is. It's more than $350 million. That's a huge financial hit. And I'm wondering, where is he going to get this money?
Actually, it's closer to $500 million with a 9% interest, assuming it'll take 18 to 2 years to actually settle this in an appeal, which I think it should be appealed. He'll work hard to raise it. I think he can do it. But I don't think this case is about Trump anymore at all, because you heard the governor of New York come out yesterday and say, look, everybody, don't be scared about doing business in New York, because the only people we prosecute are people like Donald Trump who don't behave well. That didn't go over very well with the investment community because we're all asking each other, who's next? This was a victimless crime. Nobody lost any money. And a judge...
Who's next? It's a victimless crime. I gotta tell you guys.
So essentially, what he just said is, we're all doing that type of fraud.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all nervous that they're going to be doing this sort of thing because we're all going to be next.
Well, the other thing about it is there are 2 points I want to make. One is victimless crime is not it's a stupid saying, right? For example, if I steal from Lacey and she never finds out about it, it's technically victimless because she doesn't know. But I am still stealing from her. Those are resources she doesn't have anymore. So you're still being victimized. You just don't realize it. The banks were being defrauded. They just didn't realize it. Right? So he's calling it a victimless crime. But when the banks get defrauded, the last time this happened where you had real estate people, the banks and real estate people, overvaluing loans, saying these loans are solid loans when they're not, because people are lying about the values. The last time that happened was 2008 in the housing crisis. So he's talking about the same thing on a commercial level, that we're all lying about our values to get better loans from the bank that we can't necessarily pay back. And there's a high risk that we can't pay it back. So if something happens in the market and those loans start getting called in, or a law changes and those loans get called in, we're not going to have it. And we're going to crash the system, which is going to affect people's retirements, people's homes, people's jobs. So it's not victimless. And it's what we call, and Goran came into this, but it's also what we call in the finance industry moral hazard. And the concept is really simple. If you let them get away with it, they're going to keep doing it until you stop letting them get away with it. And that was in Goran's whole point, if you read his 92-page judgment, was this is New York. This is the financial capital of the world. Everybody banks here. Everybody comes here. And this is a rampant problem. He admits it. It's a rampant problem. We don't even know how much of it's going on because we don't have the ability to enforce it. So when we do find out about it, we have to make an example. And if we don't make an example, then these people are going to keep doing it. And he's proving Goran right. He is moral hazard. He's saying, no, you need to keep letting me get away with it so I can keep doing it. He's actually proven the point. That's how corrupt he is, but he doesn't get it. She's going to push back. This gets fun.
judge out of nowhere put on a $355 million penalty. I mean, who's next? So if you think
Kevin,
about it,
I don't want to cut you off, but I hear about the so-called victimless crimes, but the laws on the books, falsification of business records and second degree, issuing false financial statements, insurance fraud, conspiracy, and all these different aspects of it, those are actual crimes. I take it your point is that these should not have been prosecuted?
You're going to have to get used to asking questions that...
Yeah, but she makes a good point. So that's the good question. Are you saying this should not be prosecuted? And that's basically what he's saying. Because I'm doing it too. I don't want to get caught.
Right.
All right, we'll jump back in here because I got interrupted.
well, my point is there's never been a case like this in 75 years. Everything you just listed off is done by every real estate developer everywhere on earth in every city. This has never, ever been prosecuted. But here's the real point.
So Lacey, there was. He just said we all do it. So you shouldn't prosecute it because we all do it.
That people in New York should concern themselves with. You can put your money anywhere. I'm a real estate developer. Do you think there's a chance I would ever take a chance on New York again? New York is turning itself into a flyover state. I have to build data centers now. I'm not going to go to New York. New York has power. It's got fiber optics. It's got Niagara Falls. But no, we're not even thinking about it. We're going to places that have the exact same thing, where we have rational governors that have never done this to investors. This is about New York and its people. If I were in New York today and I was living there, I would ask myself, maybe we should hire better management. Why is this happening to us? Why are we becoming a flyover state? Why are...
It's just so stupid. New York is a flyover state. What's the population of New York? You live there. I'm curious.
I have no idea. A boatload of people. We're one of the most populated states in the United States.
Let's see. Just the city is 8.5 million people.
Last time I checked, Brooklyn was the fourth most populated city, independent of New York City.
Yeah, but that's my point is, he's being an idiot. Nobody's going to stop doing business in New York. Furthermore, he also missing the point that most of the time they're going to get away with this anyway. That was in Goran's point. This is already a rampant problem that needs to be addressed. Just because the one guy got caught, and he only got caught because he ran for president, he drew too much attention to himself. And now Kevin O'Leary's doing the same shit by going on TV and saying, yeah, well, but I do it too. Well, fuck, now if I'm a white-collar cop, I'm sitting there going, maybe we should look into what Kevin O'Leary's doing. That could be a fun case.
Right. Especially if he's dumb enough to go and, like, hang it out the window on a banner and go, look at me, woo, banging pots and pans, you know.
But I'm not gonna do any banking in New York again. I'm not gonna go to Wall Street again. New York's a flyover, even though the fucking biggest market in the world is right there on Wall Street. Even though all the banks are centralized there. Even though everybody banks out of New York. they've got the best fucking fiber wire and all that shit. No, I'm gonna go to Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna go to Moscow. I'm gonna do my business there. Oh my god, he's such a fucking idiot. You want to watch any more of this? Because he's...
I mean, I think I'm good, personally.
Okay,
if there's
well...
something really amusing, you can. But I think we'll stay tuned and we'll see if anybody starts going after Kevin O'Leary, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll cover this some more later. But moral hazard is kind of the point here. And it's kind of the point with guys like him and guys like Trump is... If the legal system doesn't step in and stop them, if the government doesn't step in and stop them, they keep doing it. I mean, that's basically what feudalism was. There was no one else to stop you from, I can just roll into that village and take whatever I want. Who's going to stop me?
Right.
You know, that's the whole point of having a democratic system in a government like this, is that these people can't get away with this shit. They can't be brigands and just do whatever the fuck they want. So... Anyway, that's our show for today. Thanks, everybody. We'll commit some more fraud next time, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
Lots of fraud going on in the U.S. right now. Anyway, everybody, where can everybody catch you, Lacey?
All right, as always, you can catch me in my material at mysensewithsense.com. You can find articles I've written, courses and workshops that I conduct. If you have questions about any of those, you can write to us, or you could send us some clips, or invite yourself on the show. We always love to have you. If you want to do any of those things, where should they email us, Duncan?
You can email us downstairs at the gossipfinancead@outlook.com. It's in the comments. Send us questions, concerns, whatever. We had a little delay on Patreon, but that should be up pretty soon here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys all next time.